There is a lot going on. A lot in the world. And I have a lot of feelings about it. I try to keep those feelings in check so that they do not alter me as a person or compromise me as a person in my relationship with the Almighty. Hate only begets hate. Violence only begets violence. Love. Love conquers all. And we must remember that. We as people of color have traveled long, hard, bumpy roads to get to where we are. And yet and still, we are continuously faced with challenges. We are continuously oppressed. We must be some of the greatest people in the history of mankind. And I say that because only someone great, would be envied the way that we are envied. I don't understand. And like I said in my last post uplift, and yet we keep on going. We keep on going. We cannot and we will not be stopped. We have to learn to come together. All of us have to learn to come together. It is very important. Very important. We have to stand united. All of us. Because we have great battles that we're fighting. We cannot continue to fight against each other. There are a lot of us that's dealing with pain, a lot of hurt. But we have to understand how to live and deal with our pain and hurt and not to inflict what we're feeling on others who had nothing to do with our pain, our hurt. We have to learn how to love one another. Because we have so many people against us, we cannot be against each other. We must learn how to live together and build each other. This is not a rat race. We have to help each other to get to the same level and the same standards so that we all can be there together and create a better place to live, to dwell, to love for one another. We've been in poverty so long that once one of us find a way out, we don't want to share the recipe of success. Because we want it all to ourselves. Why? There's plenty to go around. We have to share knowledge. We have to share experiences and stories. We have to give of ourselves and our time so that we can help others to get where we are, so that we can build empires, build communities stronger than ever, build lives with meaning. Meaning. We have to support each other. We have to support each other. Very few people want to support you. Very few. Because they're afraid that if I support you, then you're going to get higher or more, farther than I am in life. I don't want to see that. No. So I withhold my support for you. All the while knowing that you're doing a great thing. But because of jealousy or envy, I don't want to tell you that you're doing something good. I don't want to show you that you're doing something good. I don't want to support you in that something good. Oh, God forbid you be better than me. Why? If I'm good, you're good, we're good. And if everyone had that mindset, that way of thinking, and carried that philosophy with them through life and taught it and encouraged and gave to the children that, do you know how much more we would have and how farther along we would be? It's so sad because the majority of our youth have been beaten down so much so that they have really, at young ages, given up on life and themselves. They are strung out on drugs, blinded by the things that they see on TV and this music that pollutes them. And this music, let me tell you, this music, these people in these high places, they will keep on paying for use to be in the music industry to create garbage. You know why? Because they know that garbage is polluting our children. Now everybody wants to be a gangster. Stop it. Stop it. A gun makes you a gangster? You have no heart. If a gun gives you heart, you have nothing. You are nothing, and you never will be. You hide behind bullets and guns. A real man doesn't need that. And it is not my intention to speak down to anyone, but the reality of the situation is that a real man walks alone, stands alone, and needs nothing but himself and his God. A real man of strength. And really, the greatest weapon that you can have in this life is the weapon of knowledge. But you won't take the time to put little bullets of knowledge into that big gun that you carry in your head every single day that you walk with, so that you can be the most powerful weapon that was ever created. Everything that you need, everything that you ever will need is already there in you. You. A gun doesn't make you a man. It makes you a coward. That it does. They keep distorting us. And they use us to do it. They use us to do it. Nowadays, everyone is creating the same kind of music, and it promotes sex, violence, and drugs. And therefore, our communities of young people, all they see, know, and comprehend is sex, violence, and drugs. We have to reach them. Some way, somehow, we have to reach them to get them to understand the greatest weapon that's being formed against them is the weapon of controlling the mind. And they are indeed being controlled. I will give my life for something as meaningless as money. Meanwhile, as well as, and when it comes to money, really, let me be clear on this. These are pennies, nickels. These are pennies, nickels, and dimes that I'm talking about. That's all you're worth. You're going to stand out here on the block and jeopardize your greatest gift of you for pennies, nickels, and dimes. Are you serious? For a reputation that you will never get, live up to, or really even have, because really the reputation that you're fighting for is worthless. It has no merit in this life. The devil has his way of controlling things, and he indeed is controlling a lot of things. And some of us are going through life, and we are his puppet on a string. And if we don't wake up, we are setting our fate, and it is not a good fate. We have to be smart. Our women are selling their souls. They are not safeguarding themselves and their bodies. Some of the women walk around, young girls walk around and want to be harder than the men. Throwing weight around. What happened to the nice, respectable young ladies? My grandmother always said that a woman is supposed to be seen and not heard. Where did that go? Everybody wants to be heard. And when I say heard, it's in a totally not a good way at all. Cussing this one out, doing that, talking reckless. Oh my God. The mouths on some of these young women. Why? Why? And then in your heart of hearts, you're living sad. Because you just want somebody to love you and respect you, but you don't give yourself love and respect. So how can you expect someone to give you what you don't give self? You have to. We have to reach these young people and get them to change their ways. Because the generations that are going to be before us in 10, 15 years, if we don't get it right, it'll never be right. It'll never be right. It is very important that we start reaching them and giving them good information and letting them see and know and understand what life is really about. All the clothes, all the shoes in the world, you can't do nothing with that. And you would rather collect those things than to collect knowledge. To build yourself up strong in knowledge. All things will come once you gain that. The sky is the limit once you have gained that. And you can rule over nations once you have gained that. That is what's most important. And unfortunately, a lot of us, men and women, old and young, do not understand that concept of knowledge is power. And we must. We must. Every day I pray for knowledge. Every day. Increase me in that. Because I know that all things will come. Increase me in that. I do not have degrees, I have decree. And with that, I am moving in directions that I never, ever thought I would be moving in. It is very important that we build in ourselves spiritual strength, mental strength, emotional strength, physical strength, and then financial strength. All things in that order. All things in that order. You will have nothing if your spiritual is not where it needs to be. You will never be emotional, physical, or financially stable if your mental is not where it needs to be. It's real. And on and on and on, one leading to another. It is an order to everything, and we must get in line and in order. And in doing so, as people of color, help others to get in line and get in order. We need each other. And if we're not careful, the way things are going, we will soon be outnumbered and defeated if we do not unite and stand together and empower each other with knowledge. Knowledge. Empower me, I'll empower you, we'll empower others. Let's stand together today, tomorrow, forever. We must. And right now is the critical time of reaching, especially the youth. Especially the youth. MJK.